Hi, this is Ofori, the digital reader, and today what I'm going to be talking about is the DRM-free bookseller called Pen and Sword Books. Pen and Sword Books has a focus in military history and nonfiction history books. They have World War I, World War II, military, aviation, ancient history, women in history, world history. So they really focus on nonfiction. They even have biographies about popular figures. They have not just ebooks, they have other stuff, but obviously our focus here is ebooks, and all of their ebooks are DRM free for you to download. Just kind of to show you kind of a sampling of what they have. These are some of the books that they would have, and you can see a strong lean into wartime and nonfiction history. For me personally, my main interest, whenever I look at these sites, I always try and buy a book that interests me. I don't have a strong interest in nonfiction history, so I just took a flyer to see if they would have some historical fiction, and luckily enough they did have some historical fiction. So what I did is I just went up to the top bar and I searched for historical fiction. Popped up with a whole bunch of tags to kind of drill down into different types of historical fiction. I just went with straight hardcore historical fiction because, like I said, I like nonfiction. And the first result it gave me, as you can see, it was mostly paperbacks and hardbacks. But I can just see there's a tag right up at the top that I can jump to that will take me to historical fiction ebooks. And so when I click on that, it's going to give me the historical fiction ebooks. And when I'm looking at some of these ebooks, kind of figure out what's going to interest me the most. Like I said, I'm not a huge war type person as far as World War I and World War II, but one book that did pop out to me was The Arrow of Sherwood by Lauren Johnson. This is a historically accurate take on Robin Hood. So kind of like, let's do Robin Hood, but let's treat him as if he was a real character in history. And she's kind of done a lot of research on the era of King Richard and tried to place this fictional character in this history so that she could kind of try and flesh him out and make him historically of the time. So this seemed interesting to me, so I thought I would pick it up. Once I looked at the book, you can see the book has a price for the hardback, which is £16.99, and it also has the ebook price, which is £6.99. So of course I'm getting the ebook, and I'm going to go ahead and add that to my basket. Once I add it to my basket, the rest is kind of easy peasy. I'm going to view my basket. I'm going to go ahead and begin to check out. And you know, the checkout process, you know, I love me some PayPal, so I'll go ahead and check out using PayPal. It'll automatically make a conversion for me into dollars, and then I'll have to I forgot I got to make an account, so I'm going to quickly make an account, finish off this sale. I'll finish off the sale with PayPal. And as is often the case when I use these ebook sellers, immediately after you make the sale, you usually can't go into their site and pull up the book. What you actually have to do is go to your email and check your email that has the confirmation of your sale, and then use the link in that email to take you back to the site, and then your book's usually ready for download. And then I can go ahead and download it. And when I click the download button, then lo and behold, it will start downloading. And after a few seconds, once it downloads, then it'll be on my computer, and it'll be a bunch of gibberish numbers, but that's no problem. I'll just go ahead and open Caliber, and see, I'm calling it Caliber now. And then once Caliber opens, I can go ahead and add the book. And once I add the book, then I can just go ahead and open it up. So let me go ahead and add the book. And once I go ahead and add that book, bada bing, goes into Caliber, and it's going to be ready to read. So it's Pen and Sword Books. Definitely, if you're into military history, if you're into World War I and World War II stories, or if you're into aviation or even women's history, they just have a lot of really good nonfiction history books in a wide range of different things. So if history is your jam, Pen and Sword is definitely a nice site that has decent prices for history books. This is Ofori, the digital reader, and keep reading.